Welcome, fellow indie creators. My name is Vonell from Millennial Comics, where we put story first. We're gonna talk about 5 things that indie creators don't think about when they first starting out trying to break into comic books and create their first comic book. When I first started doing comics, I had no mentor and I made more mistakes than the average full-time mistake maker. But I knew no matter what, I wouldn't give up because I had a vision that telling stories would be my thing. As someone who's made over 20 books and learned from my fair share of mistakes, I'm here to share 5 crucial things that new indie creators often overlook. These insights can save you some headaches along the way. Let's dive in. Okay, so number 1, the 4-page rule. You can't have a book without being able to divide your pages by 4. This also includes your inside and outside covers, as well as the inside and outside back cover. So basically, say take this sheet, right? What the printing company usually do is they fold this sheet like so. They fold the sheet, right? So we got, of course, that's a trash fold, and that's why I don't do printing. But so say this is your front cover, you turn it, this is your inside cover, your front back cover, and then this is your back cover. Back. So basically this is, of course, 1, 2, 3, 4, and that's your full book. So again, without having 4 pages, then your book can't even be printed. And that's how, again, they put together books and print them out for you. So when you're creating your books, don't even forget about the credit page to put like who's the writer, the artist, and so on. Neglecting this rule might cause printing issues, resulting in blank pages or additional unwanted costs, because of course it costs more every single page that you add on to the book. So when planning your story, always consider the rule of 4. Okay, so moving on, let's talk about number 2 of what to keep in mind. So we're going to be talking about turning pages. Think about how your readers will experience the comic. As a writer, you might love cliffhangers, but make sure the reader's surprise isn't spoiled by easily glancing to the next page, which could be distracting and throw the reader off. All right, so for example, in issue 12 of Delta Dogs, you have Quan that's on this page right here, where he sees somebody that he recognized that it's okay, like, who's this person that he sees that's apparently stunning Quan, our gangster of in the superhero group. Again, not too many things kind of, catch him off guard. So then when we turn the page, then we see a policeman that he knows, which is a very important figure of in the story. So he sees him and he basically gains some type of plan to kind of get him out of the situation that he's got caught in. So now, if you would have looked, if I would have put this page on this page right here, you can basically just glance over, as you're reading over here. Again, the reader having the physical copy book in their hand, and they can just glance over to see exactly what the surprise actually is. So you don't want to, of course, if you can, and during your script writing, try to keep in mind of where your page is going to fall at when you get into your book. Because when you start the book, how I kind of put it, I'm pretty sure there's some type of terminology for it, but I usually have even page and odd pages. So your odd page is like your number 1, the first page, and then your even page, of course, is number 2. So wherever your odd page falls over, whether that be the left or right hand side, you'll kind of know while you're writing your script, okay, page 1, page 2, page 3. All right, so your odd pages is going to fall on the right side or the left side, and then your even pages, of course, is going to fall on your left or your right side. So again, keeping that in mind to make sure that you can utilize those cliffhangers and utilize those surprise pages. So when, again, that reader turns that page, boom, you're like, they're stunned to whatever you have in store for them. So yeah, always consider the reader's experience when writing your script and know which side your first page falls on. This influences the pacing of your story and keeps readers engaged. Know exactly which side of the book your first page falls on and write the rest of the book accordingly. There's no print of where I can find you at on these different social sites, or again, it's just very hard to find. So if it's not easy for me to find one of your social sites or the website to buy even more books directly from you this time. If people just blow past it, that's a problem. So don't make it hard on your reader. Plan for it, and it also helps to put your upcoming book somewhere at the end so people can keep a lookout while they're searching in their local comic book shop. So again, if people can just blow past it, that's a problem. So I know something that's really cool that's in Farmhand. When you go to the back of the book, you can see their upcoming books, like issue 2, issue 3, issue 4, and so on. And of course, what the covers look like. So again, when you go inside a comic book shop, as soon as you see one of these covers, you're like, oh man, that's the book I've been looking for. They can see it from far away instead of just trying to pay attention to the logo or the title. So, and then also what's pretty cool, they show the date exactly of when it's coming out. Now, of course, I know some people, they don't really plan that far ahead. There's always a good idea to do so, but as long as you put, like I know with my book, at the end of each book, you have that last page turn, and it has the next cover page for the next issue. So yeah, again, keep that in mind when you're planning your next book. But trust me, I know these aren't brand new tricks, but people forget about it. So I wanted to give it a spot on this list so you can prepare before it's too late. You don't want to be trying to scramble around trying to find, again, space on in your comic book when you kind of just already filled up all your different slots. All right, so let's talk about logo readability. This is my book 10, and of course, this is like the first print. And as you can see, that the logo might be a little difficult to read, and that's why I wanted to throw in this particular topic. Of course, we ended up changing the logo in the future, and now of course the logo reads like this. Very easy to read. I know a lot of you guys don't want to hear that. I know you're trying to be creative, you're trying to be different, just like I was back in the day. So it'll cost you, again, readers that doesn't know that, hey, I know for me, when I did my first printing, like 50% of people actually got the title without squinching their eyes, and you don't want to put that type of stress on your reader that's just finding your comic book in a comic book shop. So by the time I actually changed it, as you can tell, this is issue 10. So of course the damage was already done by the time I started changing the logo for reprints and moving forward with issue 11 through, of course, wherever came out today of this video. For a lot of you, you get one shot when you're pouring your hard-earned money into your project, and it would suck that just because your logo or title isn't readable to someone, they missed out on your amazing book. And I don't want that to happen to you guys or the reader. So again, keep your logo professional, cleaned up, and easily readable. All right, so the final one, this is the one that almost took me out as a creator. Art being too close to the edge. Oh my goodness, just thinking about it makes me stressed out. So there's something called bleed. And when it comes to the printing company, they have your book on a machine where it cuts them like some type of crazy drunk barber. So it's all over the page. So important text or art would be cut off because it doesn't have the bleed grace period that it needs. So printing companies won't even accept your work until you fix it, or fixing the art that's already colored will cost you. All right, so let's take a look at an example right here. So this right here, I know it was like an instance where in the first print that this was a little too on this side right here, so I had to move over the bubble to, again, fit within the grace period. And then also when it comes to this right here, the name of the character, I had to, again, pull it down. And also, as you can see, sometimes I even had to add some color. Again, that's adding art depending on what your page look like. But sometimes you have to add art just so say her hair or face would get cut off or something like that. Even when it comes to over here, in some instances I had to add a little extra blue and black just so I can pull down the image and make sure that everything fits to print, which was again a very big headache. And you don't want to go through that because you're printing samples after samples after samples. Some people charge like $20 a sample, some people charge $40, and that would eat more and more into your budget and your overall when it comes to making an actual profit on your project. If you guys want me to make a struggle video of what I went through during my first comic book, I can make a video about that. I'm not sure if you guys are into that type of thing, but if you want to hear my story of struggling, sure, just comment below. But yeah, keep these in mind while you are on your journey on getting your first comic book done. There's plenty more, so leave a like and a comment for part 2, and also subscribe for more and share to anyone you think needs to hear this. Also, don't forget to check out Delta Dogs in the link below. It's at millennialcomic.com. Thanks again, guys, for watching, and remember, not all heroes wear capes, they wear jackets. See you guys on the next one.